Diary of a Schizophrenic by Paul Fearne. I wonder if the Pre-Raphaelites were correct in their insistence that all the art stemmed from the same fundamental source. Poetry is as expressive of human convictions as is painting, and both are engendered through the same basic human motivations. The painter and the poet are one in their endeavours to express what is essentially inexpressible. They are simply two sides of the same artistic coin. Dante Gabriel Rossetti was perhaps the most successful of the Pre-Raphaelites in his achievements both in the poetic and the visual artistic medium. While perhaps not as successful as William Blake, Rossetti nevertheless expressed through both outlets a grand sublimity of artistic effusion. One can appreciate the talents of both artists when the poetic proliferations of J.M.W. Turner are considered in comparison. While he was one of the most prolific and esteemed artists of his generation, Turner's poetic endeavours were simply lacking in expressive competency. As with Blake, Rossetti's paintings can only be fully appreciated when viewed in the light of his poetry. Rossetti was of course not as philosophically minded as Blake, and so his paintings are not imbued with the same robust philosophical motifs. Both, however, seem sure of their emotive facilities and were able to imbue their works with a considerable emotional intensity. Blake through the gestures of the participants in his artistic creations, and Rossetti in the ability to capture the emotional play on the countenance of a subject. Of course, the links between Blake's art and poetry are somewhat closer given the production of his illuminated works. Rossetti paid closer attention to capturing the essence of the female subject, while Blake was more concerned with the portrayal of religious sensibilities. Their artistic voices were shaped upon different cultural canvases, and so the programmatic directions of their respective outputs were different in some marked degree. It seems to me that the art of writing is a continual struggle between the dictates of inspiration and the demands of technique. T.S. Eliot gave voice to this insight in his critical work, Tradition and Individual Talent, when he remarked upon the conflict between the conscious and unconscious awareness evident in the creative process. The immature writer is perhaps conscious where he should be unconscious, and unconscious where he should be conscious, whereas the great writer is in complete harmony with regards to these creative forces. One must endeavour to give form to the productions of iteration through a highly refined sense of the technical. If technique is unduly emphasised, however, then the creative impetus is constricted and can but wheeze into life a piece of fiction. And additionally, the unconscious is purely left to its own devices, then the work produced will be of an incoherent